everybody. Welcome to On the Podcast. Thank you for listening. I'm Liz.
And I'm Katie.
Katie.
Liz.
What are we talking about today?
Today we are talking about presidential secrets.
Oh boy. Is this like a Monica Lewinsky thing?
No. Although that could potentially be involved. I just don't know specifics because the topic that we're talking about today is the Presidential Book of Secrets.
Whoa.
I know.
Is this like a diary where all the presidents write their deepest, darkest secrets in it?
Well, so I'll start with telling you the actual factual information.
Oh, okay.
And
That'd
then
be helpful.
We'll go into a little bit of theory because nothing is really confirmed. As it should be because this is top secret information, right?
Top secret secrets.
Top secret secrets. As a president, you get a daily intelligence briefing, which makes sense because there is a lot going on in the entirety of the world. And basically, as the ruler of the free world, as the president of the United States, you gotta keep your eye on the ball and know what's going on. These daily intelligence briefings started with John F. Kennedy. You would think they would have started before this, but I guess that's just when they formalized this process.
Yeah. Maybe those secrets before the 60s were like real bad. Didn't want any recording of them. Or maybe it was just really boring.
Oh, no, there was a lot that happened. These intelligence briefings are what's going on with the White House, what's going on in the world, what's most important. And what's most important to one president might not necessarily be important to another president. As the intelligence briefer, you had to gauge who is interested in what's important, all that good stuff.
So, do you know if there's any mention of Marilyn Monroe?
There could be.
Oh, boy.
Because JFK liked Mr. President. So these daily briefings, as I said, started with John F. Kennedy. And they kind of progressed different ways with different presidents' preferences. So JFK... Blondes, brunettes, redheads, as I am. So JFK really couldn't sit still for very long. So he carried a briefing in his pocket. So it was a pocket-sized format. And he would read it throughout the day. Jimmy Carter, scribbling notes on the briefing to his staff. So he insisted on a bunch of white borders on his briefing. President Obama received them on a secure iPad. A, quote, very special, very secure iPad.
That's so 2010 of him.
So 2010 of him, that President Obama. So all of this information, Liz, is top secret. Very confidential information. Nothing that the public would really ever see or get a hold of.
Aliens.
We'll talk about that in a minute. But there was a daily briefing released by the 9/11 Commission in 2004, and its title was Bin Laden Determined to Strike in U.S. Guess when this publication was delivered to then President George W. Bush?
I would guess that it was February of 2001.
Still that same year, so not as far away as you would think. It was on August 6, 2001.
Yeah.
So more than a month before the actual attacks. So you could tell, this is highly classified information, but actual information, it'll lead to world events happening. However, the question that remains in my mind, and there are theories out there, that there is an actual book of secrets held by the presidents that has started with George Washington and has gone to every single president.
Wow.
But it's not confirmed that actually exists. However, can't be? You don't think there is?
Well, no. Who's going to confirm that there's an actual book of secrets out there?
It'll never be confirmed. We'll never know. But during President Obama's term in office, he went on a talk show with a host named Michael Smerconish. Sorry, Michael, if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. And this was just when, like, the National Treasure movie came out. So this is really all Nicolas Cage's fault.
I love National Treasure.
Good movie.
Both.
So when Smerconish was interviewing new President Obama, he asked Obama if he had seen the book. He was like, my two sons love this movie. Does this book exist? Have you seen it? And Obama goes, I have. And Michael goes, oh, ha, ha, ha. And he goes, President Obama, what's in this book? And President Obama says, if I told you, I'd have to kill you. Ha, 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 ha.
Classic Obama.
So, could that have been a hint to the actual existence of this book? I'm not sure.
Is Michael Smerconish still alive?
He is, yeah.
Okay.
He is. So, but he wasn't told what's inside the book.
It's true.
Also, in 2008, the Library of Congress hosted an exhibit displaying the Book of Secrets movie prop from National Treasure next to a replica of John Wilkes Booth's diary. So that brought up some questions as to whether this book exists. And the Library of Congress said, no, it does not, at least in our belonging. And you can't tell what I'm doing, Liz, because it's a podcast, but I'm talking out of the side of my mouth.
Well, I can tell what you're doing.
But the listeners can't.
Yeah.
So, does this book exist? I don't know. What could be in it? The JFK assassination.
The JFK gallivanting.
All sorts of secrets about JFK.
Only JFK.
Watergate. Details about Watergate.
How to successfully grow a peanut.
There was one theory that I heard that the Lincoln Memorial is made of gold just in case the country ever gets into a horrible financial situation. We can melt it down.
Wow. Huh.
The moon landing.
The moon landing.
Which then leads us to the biggest question of all. Aliens.
Aliens.
Roswell. UFOs.
Area 51.
Area 51.
Studio 54.
Studio 54. We can confirm that last one is real. But I don't think we will ever know if this book exists. What do you think?
It sounds cool. It sounds right. But I'm mostly interested in what the heck John Wilkes Booth has been diarying about.
You know, dear diary, it's John. Going to the theater tonight. Might bring my gun. Abraham is supposed to be there.
Don't like that guy.
Nah.
Wow.
Interesting stuff.
Very interesting stuff.
So the book might not exist, but the daily briefings for sure exist.
Well, I had heard that when a president takes over their presidency, they do get briefed with information like that, that all the presidents past know. And that might be this Book of Secrets, and it might just be John Wilkes Booth's diary. But regardless, that is very interesting.
I would love to have a book. I would love to be the president and have a book and flip to page 1 and see notes from George Washington. That would be pretty cool.
I would hate to be the president, but I would love to have a book and flip to page 1 and see notes from George Washington. Wow, so, Katie. That is interesting and cool, and now I feel like becoming Nicolas Cage and going on National Treasure to find this darn thing.
And then destroying it.
No, I would keep it.
Okay. Good.
Hey, Katie. What's that inside my body?
Liz, it's a little bit of knowledge.
That it is. Thanks for listening.
We'll see you next time.